Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Jordy and I'm here to do a collective reading for Pisces. This is a bonus reading. Normally I go in order of all the 12 zodiac signs and Virgo is up next. However, this used to be a Pisces channel and there's a lot of Pisces that are still participating in my channel, and I thought I'd offer up this video to all of you in appreciation for you waiting patiently for the next reading. Of course, you can still watch the collective readings that are for everybody and explore your other zodiac signs as well. Alright, let's see what's going on for Pisces today. We have the Page of Pentacles reverse on the split with the Five of Swords. Interesting. The Five of Swords is when we make changes in our life based off of necessity or desire, where we kind of have to protect ourselves and kind of cut things loose that we can't control. This can hurt other people. Sometimes we do it intentionally or unintentionally. Like maybe we're trying to get back at somebody, or going about something as revenge. Which I don't really feel is something Pisces likes to do. But I don't know who you guys are out there. Maybe you do want some revenge. But maybe that's what's holding you back at this time. Let's feel into that, because we have the Page of Pentacles reverse, which is usually a lesson that has to be learned, something that hasn't been figured out, and it can also be taking away from your focus, your desire, your ability to focus on what it is that you want to create. So maybe there is a need to play out some type of vengeance or revenge, in some way. It doesn't necessarily mean trying to get somebody to hurt the same way that you were hurting, but maybe it's a way of I want to prove that I can have a better life even though something was taken away from me, or even though something happened to me. It's kind of like doing something for the sake of recovery, or for the sake of proving somebody wrong, or proving the universe wrong, basically, that you can do something. So there's something about that, though, the roots to that intention are not as healthy. We have Judgment reversed and we have the Page of Swords reversed. This is when we have to reevaluate our thinking. Page of Swords makes decisions based off of limited information. It is a card of learning. It's a card of exploring and curiosity and witnessing things and communication and all that. But when it's reversed, it kind of talks about having limited information, limited perspective. And the Judgment reverse talks about reevaluating things to go deeper, Judgment, save your judgment for until you have more information, is what these cards could be saying. Maybe the reason why you feel a little bit of I'm feeling a sense of feeling unsatisfied with that Five of Swords. No matter what you do, there's a sense of dissatisfaction. And the Judgment reverse and the Page of Swords reverse is saying, well, maybe you don't have the perspective or the information or the ideas or the clarity of mind yet to fully understand why there is a dissatisfaction. Maybe that's why there needs to be a reevaluation, a listening here with those pages. So hopefully we'll get to the bottom of it with the tarot spread today, and maybe this video will be helpful in some way. on trying to realign with a focus and a purpose that's not based off of trying to prove something or get ahead or vengeance or revenge or, just trying to beat out the rest type of mentality. We'll try to find a way to make it more wholesome. So you have the Hermit reversed. This can be when we're feeling lost. We have the Six of Pentacles. You have the Emperor. The Six of Pentacles has been coming up lately in readings as like there's the Knight of Cups reversed and the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, the Six of Pentacles has been coming up in readings lately based like in this energy of like the universe is giving out good karma right now, or things are balancing out for you right now. And then we look at how we handle that, how we deal with it. In the Libra reading that I posted, it kind of showed that like some type of government or organization or company was realizing that it needs to be more generous, needs to give more to people who are lining up at the door needing the resources. And it was very literal, and the reading could have been talking about like housing crisis or poverty or things like that, or some particular situation in your own life. But it's kind of like a collective tangent since then, with these Six of Pentacles coming out in the recent collective reading and in this reading, where like there is generosity from the universe being given out right now. And then we have to look at how we're handling it, how we're receiving it, if we are receiving it well. So the Moon in the future, we have the Nine of Pentacles representing you. We have this bonus card coming out for the bonus Pisces reading. This is the extra card in the deck. It shows two sides to the card. In this position, there's an angry wolf, and this woman is battling the wolf. In the environment, we have the Six of Swords. Yeah, we have the Ace of Swords. That's good. In the Fears and Desires position. And the outcome is the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. I like that. I feel like that's what you don't see coming, is the Seven of Pentacles. That's the outcome. I say that because the Moon's in the future. So the Moon blocks what we see. We can't see behind the Moon type of thing. Illusions get in the way. Perceptions get in the way. But what we don't see is the outcome is the Seven of Pentacles. There's some type of mindset shift. Like you're shifting your mindset with the Six of Swords leading into the Ace of Swords. That you no longer have to well, what is the mindset shift here? What is it that you're shifting with your mindset? Let's see. I'm just looking at the other cards here for evidence of that. We'll get back to that. Maybe it'll reveal itself later in the reading. But that's towards the outcome. Something in your environment shifts. And the environment being like your headspace. And then there's a sense of empowerment. There's a sense of freedom, of choice, of new opportunity. And then the outcome is feeling good about where you're at, watching the fruits of your labor grow, tending to what is yours, feeling proud of yourself for what it is that you have accomplished. If we look in the past with the Four of Pentacles, so things got really tight, tight budgets, tight finances, things were tight, there may have been greed, is what I'm getting, that got in the way of your path. Or there may have been somebody holding back emotions with the Knight of Cups reversed. When we were looking at the shuffling energy, it talked about having to reevaluate your perspective based on the fact that you had to kind of like fight to get to where you are today, or push, or throw, cut off relationships, or basically create like harsh boundaries with certain things as well, is what I'm getting. And it wasn't done very gracefully, is what I'm getting with the Emperor reversed here. It's almost as if you had to blood, sweat, and tears get to where you're at today. And then there's some form of balance or abundance happening for you, but you may feel like you haven't found what you're looking for yet. You may feel like you haven't found that satisfaction with the Hermit reverse and the Moon here. You could quite literally be in a Nine of Pentacles state, even if it's reversed here, of, the ability to be comfortable, like you have the resources, the environment, the lifestyle that you could potentially relax within, but something isn't right about it. It feels like you're still battling or wrestling some demons here, Pisces, and a lot of it has to do with the self-work, is what I'm hearing. Because we have the Emperor reversed and we have the Hermit reversed. The Six of Pentacles is coming across as the universe giving you what you deserve, giving you what is owed to you, reciprocation from the universe. And there's a lot that, there's a lot of like consequences, and because of the way you had to get to where you are today, and the damage it may have caused in some relationships, or the intention that you had to like get to where you are was more of like having to do it in order to survive, like instead of doing it to thrive. That has kind of like depleted your sense of worth and value in what it is that you do have now. So the Emperor talks about discipline and restructuring your life, and the Hermit reversed can talk about going in within, going spiritual, using spiritual discipline to get the answers that you seek. Because I feel like this is very isolating for you. And what does it mean to go spiritually within? What does it mean to be disciplined? Maybe just talking about like spiritual hygiene, like meditation, introspection, self-development. People work on these things for different reasons in their life. Some people are kind of bored. They have nothing left. They everything's kind of figured out in their life. So then they kind of need to like fill that boredom with self-discovery and with restructuring their life and with like finding their spiritual center and all of that. But for you, it seems like it's more necessary than just for those people like who are kind of bored and don't know what they're looking for. To me, it's kind of like in order for you to maintain what it is you've accomplished up until this point, in order so you don't lose it, so that you can actually start to see things thrive and grow. That's why the spiritual hygiene is necessary at this time. That's why the seeking of the light within is so necessary with this Hermit reverse. So what it's going to do for you is it's going to remove what is blocking your view, which is fear. Fear is blocking your view of the future. Fear that you'll be alone. Fear that you won't have enough money. Fear that you won't be able to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. Fear that love will be stagnant or slow moving or stingy, or you won't have enough to give in love or something like that. If I look at some of the cards that I have here, fear that if you give in a relationship you won't receive, or if you receive a lot you won't be able to give, kind of thing. You are wrestling with some part of yourself here, because look in the Moon card, we have these women wearing masks, and they're wolf masks, and then we have the woman wrestling the wolf here, particularly the face. So what you're moving away from, what this reading is trying to bring awareness to, so you can have the realization, is that even if you've gotten to a certain space, a certain level of balance, a certain level of achievement in your life, there's still fear. There's still something feels like it's a little bit missing right now. And you may be thinking you have to go somewhere else to get that, but it's kind of saying, like, go within, Pisces, realize that there's a lot growing around you right now, growing within you as well. A lot of times we sacrifice the inner work, the shadow work, if you want to call it, or the self-development, or the getting to know God type of thing, getting to know ourselves, whatever you want to call spiritual work. Sometimes we push that aside or delay it or completely ignore it and disregard it because there's real things we have to deal with outside of what seems to be imaginary with the spiritual world. Because we can't feel it, we can't see it, we can't touch it, but we can know it. So because we don't have that direct experience from our spiritual work, because we're not doing the spiritual work, it feels empty. And then because of that emptiness, we're having to, fight for the scraps of our karma that are coming in, instead of actually feeding and fueling that spiritual need, that spiritual desire for peace, for knowledge, for self-awareness, which will relieve the fear of your future, which will change your mindset and empower you, allow you to see what's growing around you already, and you won't have to keep manifesting from an empty battery, empty spiritual battery. The universe is showing you right now with the Six of Pentacles that it's willing to give to you what it is that you're giving to the universe, giving back. And we're not looking at like past life karma or even past things you've done in this life coming back to like haunt you or coming back to reward you. We're looking at like day-to-day karma, if you want to feel a shift in your day-to-day karma, so that you can have stability, so that these big karmic things from your past don't upset your current moment because you're not feeding the day-to-day karma. Like it's almost as if there's this, like, I have, maybe it's a belief that I have, but I have this theory that, like, we have karma and it's on a scale. There's a scale, right? We see the scale in the Six of Pentacles. We see the scale in the Justice card and in the Judgment card. This scale has a certain amount of predetermined weight in it based off of our past lives and based off of our big decisions we've made up until this point in our current life. And then we have the other part of the scale, which is like the other side of the karma that we have from our past life, the other side of the karma that we have from the decisions we made up until this point. If we're going to call it good or bad, or comfortable or uncomfortable, whatever you want to call it, it's balancing itself back and forth, right? But then in that average predetermined karma that we already have, we can't do anything about because the past has already happened, we have the current moment. And in the current moment, we can shift the balance of these scales so that we're not having all of the good stuff come in now so that all the bad stuff happens later. We're having all the bad stuff happening now and feeling like all the good stuff is never going to happen. If we're doing our daily, our weekly spiritual hygiene, it balances out, and it actually creates, like, you don't even have to worry about your past karma because the scale's not going to go back and forth anymore because you have a consistent level of karma by recharging that spiritual battery. Spiritual work, meditation, self-reflection, introspection, prayer, self-development, self-care, all those things, it may seem like it's not doing anything for you except for something imaginary, or that it may even seem a little bit selfish because it's only for you, but the vibrations you give off, because we're in a vibrant, like an energetic world, are so much better when you're doing these things. So, like, everything you do after you've done that meditation that day, moving forward from that meditation is more high vibrational just because of what you did in the morning, kind of thing. So you're automatically going to get a better response from the universe. Okay? So that's what I've got for your reading. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you again soon.